Hey everyone, how are you? Welcome again to this week's Waken Your Inner Power Spiritual Events Directory show. I'm Donna Ferguson and I'm here to serve you yet one more week. So, as it's always a pleasure and a joy to be here to support you and help you all move forward with any challenges that you're experiencing at the moment. And if I can do that, then I'm doing my job. So this is the work that I love to do. And if I can give you all some sort of, experience and way of being able to move forward, then as I said, I'm definitely doing my job. So this is what life is about. It's about giving back to those who need a little help. And, I'm always here to support both on the show and off the show if you need any help with anything. So don't forget to reach out if there's anything I can do to help you out. I'm just going to bring that up so I can share that, and I can't turn the sound off. There we go. It's off. Gosh, wow, that was blasting in my ear. I hope everybody is fine. But anyway, it's Rachel. Good morning, Rachel. How are you? Maureen Hopkins. Maureen Hopkins. Is that something that I'm not sure what that means? Hi, Victoria. Welcome to the show. So yes, today is a very different day in Brisbane. We have had 24 hours or so of solid rain. It has eased up this morning and we've had some break in the rainfall, and it's absolutely fantastic. I saw that some of the farmers are getting some of this beautiful rain, liquid gold, as they say. So Maureen, welcome. Hello. There we go. Rachel and Maureen, well done. So yeah, it's just so good to hear that the rain is reaching those areas. And one of the farmers was saying last night that he has actually been able to plant some more crops now that the rain has come, and he's also had some life put back into the crops that he currently had planted. And that means that he will, by 12 months time, he will break even, which means he can start again, and that's fantastic news. So hi Karina, I'm very well, thank you. And yourself? I'm glad to see that you are all here. And something else, I'm flying out as soon as this show's done. I'm heading out to the airport. I am going down to spend some time with my family in Canberra, which has been excruciatingly hot. And, really, from what we're going to have today to their temperatures is one extreme to another. So I'm hoping it's not too bad down there. But the first time that all of my family will be together for 5 years, almost 5 years. So it's going to be a very interesting couple of days. So I'm looking forward to that. Jenny, welcome. Yes, hello. The rain is fantastic, Jenny. It certainly is. And Graham, hello. Welcome to the show, Mr. Ferguson. Beverly, hi. How are you? Welcome, everybody. So what are we doing today? What have we got on our plates today that we're going to work through? What is it for you that you need to have some attention with? Why don't you pop on and ask a question so that we can look at that for you in a little bit of depth. So remember, when you're asking a question, we're not just doing these light readings of passing on messages. That's not what I do. There are a lot of people on the show that do that. But I'm here to look at how we can get to the root cause of those issues and work out the best strategies for you to take away and start implementing straight away. And that's what's going to break you through those old patterns and those old behaviors. And that excites me. So, hi, Paul. Welcome to the show. Good to see you. Kai, hi to you too. Karina's doing great and having Oh, yes, I will have a fabulous time. It will be absolutely amazing. So, my elderly parents and both my sisters, and then all my nieces and nephews will be there, and my great nieces, and that will be exciting. One of them I haven't seen, well, for probably 3 years. The other one I've not met yet. She's less than 12 months old. So, that's exciting. Yes, it will be a great time. So thank you so much for that, Karina. And let's look at what's going on. I find it's really interesting, the questions that keep popping up through different avenues, not just this show, but through other areas, network groups and, Facebook, social media groups, and the questions that keep coming up about people not being able to, they feel stuck, or they're really suffering so deeply from anxiety that it's just something that they don't know how to move past it. And, like anything, anxiety is a really sensitive issue. And, it's something that takes a lot of care and understanding. And I have experienced it to a degree, to a very small degree myself a number of years ago. And, I have had people in my family who have suffered from it. So, people that are close to me, I really have had a good insight as to what's going on. So, I know with anxiety, there was somebody who put a post up in a group that I'm in yesterday, I think it was, and his life has got to the point where he won't even leave his home, which is very sad. And I think the more that we dwell on what it is rather than how to create a different way of thinking about it. And, sometimes this isn't even their anxiety to own, but it's been so embedded and ingrained. They've carried it for so many years that they're not able to move past it. And I think for a lot of people, it can be quite debilitating, not because it's not real. It is very real for them. Believe you me, I do understand the reality of that. And sometimes it's, ways to move through that can be worked through by softening the words of what it is that you're feeling, and doing lots of work around self-worth, self-value, through deservedness, that you deserve so much more in life than what you're currently having. I mean, this really does start creating mental health issues when it's to that degree, and it is really extremely sad. So, these are things. Hi, Deborah, welcome back. Thanks for joining us today. So it's really hard to, have, when you're in it that deep, it's really very challenging and very difficult for them to even think that that's possible. And the whole point of being able to work through these things is knowing that it's possible to let it become lighter and lighter all the time. It's not going to happen overnight. It will take work. It will take work that you've got to continue to do on a daily basis to push through that. And, a lot of meditations, a lot of perhaps cord cutting, because as I said, it might not even be theirs to own. It might be something that they've brought into this life. So it could be generational lineage that's attached to that spirit as it's come into this, living form. And there's so many other things, that can be done around that. So I'm not sure who's on this show that needed to hear that message today, but it's just interesting that has come to my mind. And that I've talked about it. So if there's anybody here who really does need to hear that message, then, you know, thank you so much for allowing me to share that. And, you know, if you do need further help with that, please let me know, because I know that there's definitely some things I can offer you to put in place to move past that. And like I said, you know, depending on the depth of the issue, then that will definitely be something that will, oh, something's tickling my eye. Not sure what it is. Every time I come on this show, there's who's got what going on. And that's all fine. Look, you know, there's a message for somebody, and I hope that it has taken its place in the right area. So talk to me more about what's happening. Who's got some questions around what's going on in their life that they need help with today? Because that's what I'm here for. And, you know, don't be shy. Don't be shy. This is a very trusted platform and community, and it's really important that we do help you, because that's what I'm here to do. And, you know, it's important for me that I'm able to help you guys, the community, the followers, you know, my regulars that continually show up, and provide you with some information that you're able to use and implement straight away to help you through. So talk to me. Who works for themselves? Who works in a career? Who works with, you know, just an employee, maybe a small business, they're employed in a small business, and what challenges are going on there, because that happens everywhere. And remember, the word business means the whole of that, because it doesn't matter if you're employed. When you're at work, it's all about business. So don't misunderstand when we talk specifically about something in business. It relates to everybody who is in the working community. So do know that and understand that. Angela, good morning. Hello. Will my girl ever get better? Will someone ever make her better? Angela, tell me a bit more about what's going on with her. What's she going through at the moment that I can help you with? And remember, everybody, when you are asking questions, I do need a bit more specific information just so that I can help you through that. So depending on what it is, you know, I sometimes have to recommend that you continue with your general practitioner or your specialist, because I'm not an expert in that field. But you know, when it comes down to general information, I can certainly give you that and help you through that. So, Angela, yes, please, please let me know what it is exactly that your girl's going through so that we can have a look at that. You know, there's so many areas. So, you know, how old is she? What has she got? When was it diagnosed? Let's have a look at those things and start moving through that. And then I might ask you to add information as we go through and touch on that. So thank you for opening up the questions, though. That is fantastic, Angela. Thank you so much. All right. Oops, I've lost my page. My screen keeps flicking up and I lose the whole screen. It's if I just rush to go up to the top to scroll through the comments, sometimes that happens. So help me out here. Who's got some information that they want me to talk about, that they would like me to answer any questions? And again, remember, we need to have a bit of specific information so that we can make sure that I'm giving you the right information to work through whatever it is that you need to work through. So come on down, come on down. Oh, here comes the sun. Brisbane's got sun for the first time in probably 3 or 4 days, which is pretty incredible. It's just starting to beam through. Yay. So how are we doing? Angela, have you got some more details that you're able to share with me? If not, Angela, what I would recommend is that you come on and organise to book out a revival call. I will say, guys, that unfortunately this weekend, like from the show onwards until Monday, I'm not available. So it is important that you do allow me to do that, confirm that appointment with you. It's not always something I can do straight away, but it's not because of any other reason than other than either I'm booked up or I'm just not available this weekend. As I said, we haven't been all together for 5 years, and it's really very special time for me, and I won't be interrupting that for my work. Unfortunately, it's just the way it is. It happens very rarely, and so it's really quite important. So please understand that. I really do appreciate and respect that some of these issues are important, but and I'm here to help no matter what. Normally I would take calls all afternoon, so I do apologize. All right, I'm just sharing this through a few different pages as well while I'm here. So how much more information? Come on, guys, it's going to be a very short show if we're not going to be asking questions today. So come on down, don't be shy. Come on in and, let's have a chat. Who's got anything? Just share. Where are you from? What are you doing? What's your favorite thing to do on the weekend? Because it's almost here. Where are you working? What are you doing? What's happening? Hi, Tina. Welcome to the show. Oh, gosh, here comes a whole heap of people. Thank you so much. So, Tina, welcome. Welcome. Deborah, hi, first time. Well, welcome to the show. Oh, you've had, okay, yeah, migraines can be quite debilitating. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope that you're in a dark room where you just are able, and probably looking at the computer screen is not the best thing for you, or an electronic screen isn't the best thing. So yeah, migraines, that can be caused from many different things as well, and not something that I probably want to delve into too deeply, because it will take a lot of information. It will take for a lot of information to come through to be able to look at what the real causes of that is. So, Deborah, take care of yourself. I hope that you are feeling better soon. And, please, I'm glad that you're here, but I really think that looking at electronic screen is not going to be helping your situation. Migraines and dizziness, not a cool combination. So take care and get some rest, love. Christy, hi, welcome to the show, Christy. I'm glad you're here. Oh, happy birthday to your 2-year-old boy. Oh, gosh. I just saw the last part of that message. My apologies. Okay, so how are you dealing with that? From what you said, it was, it's something that happened at birth, and grieving grieving has many different phases to go through, and it's really quite, anniversaries are really a big part of when those emotions all come flooding back. I don't know how you're dealing with that up until these anniversaries come up. It's very sad to hear that he didn't make it. So, there's, depending on the circumstances of that, again, there would be some details that I would be able to share with you if I had a little bit more information, but I really do. It's not something I'm asking you to express openly on this group, because sometimes that's very personal, but certainly do not, whatever has happened, it's not your fault. And, I don't know, why this has come up. I feel like you have a big part of the guilt that you carry with you. And yes, I am absolutely sure. You're welcome, Deborah. I'm sure that you will have another one someday, but when you're ready, because it's, some people rush into it and do it quickly, while others need the time to work through it, and just what I will say is, regardless of what you've been told as to the cause of the death, um, there is nothing you could have done better to avoid that. Sometimes it's God's way of just saying, this one's not the right one. You know, there were other things going on that would have made life extremely challenging. And sometimes he's just better working with the angels. So I'm sure that he is with you all the time. I'm sure that you feel that. And, you know, of course you miss him. You know, you're never going to forget that, that one child, regardless whether it's the first or the 10th. So, you know that when you're ready, you will have another one and everything will be fine. I have a friend who actually, I've got two friends, one who's continually trying IVF to fall pregnant and, you know, falling and losing, miscarrying many times through. And she's probably had between 7 and 10 miscarriages. And another friend of mine who had a child, probably 3 years ago now, maybe even more, and lost it at birth as well. So actually went to her, not quite at birth, she went to her last appointment, a gynecology appointment, and there was no heartbeat. So she carried it for that. I think it was she had to wait 2 weeks before they could bring that birthing on. And you know, she went out and she's now got over the baby she has now is over 12 months old. So she did quite quickly go into it, but I do also know that she was very stressed through that pregnancy at each point that she felt things weren't quite right. That, you know, that triggered a lot of things for her. So sometimes the healing is really super important to work through that. And other times it is, you know, you just know when the time's right and it will happen. So hopefully that's helped. You offered me some help, which I didn't allow through. But now that I needed to deal with the situation myself, and I have come through with flying colors. That's awesome, Karina. Thank you. Thank you for being here for all of us who choose to fly. I'm so glad that you enjoy it. And, you know, Karina, it's really important that if you want to reach out for that revival call, you're more than welcome to do so. So, you know, I'm really glad. And you can always go back and re-listen to these videos where these strategies can help you through any of the challenges. You know, there's so many that apply to many different things. So please, you know, understand that, but reach out for a call if you need to. Angela, she had a tumor in the pancreas 4 years ago. Okay. A year before finding out she was very unwell, like a virus. Yes, and the doctors couldn't find out the symptoms were dizziness, vision problems, feeling unwell, and didn't connect it, of course. And so often they don't. After the tumor was taken out, she was better, but after a week started with stomach issues. Okay, to an eating disorder for 3 years until I fought the doctors. It wasn't what I want. It wasn't. I wanted more tests done, and yes, she was diagnosed with slow gastric emptying. Is now that she's suffering with stomach issues and chronic fatigue and dizziness. Okay, quite a lot going on. Her sensory nervous system is heightened. Yeah, high blood sugar levels, and every time she eats, she feels sick. The symptoms get worse. Okay. Do you know what? For many years, and for 14 years, I suffered from really deep, debilitating stomach intestinal issues. And, you know, I was diagnosed with a particular disorder. And it was awful. Like, I just, you know, it really ruled my life. And then I did go to a kinesiologist who took me off a lot of things which the doctor said would never have affected what I was, what I was eating wasn't affecting it. They put me on tablets which, blew my weight out enormously by 3.5 stone. So going back some years, 3.5 stone, I don't know what that is in kilos. And, they kept saying it's not the medication, it's not the food you're eating, it's not this, it's not that. I went to a kinesiologist, and there's all different kinesiologists. So this one was applied kinesiology, and they really do work with the mechanics of the body and work out what is going on, what works with your body and what doesn't, as far as supplements and natural supplements. I'm talking natural vitamins and food and all sorts of things. And what I will say is I freaked out because when I went, he said, can you be off your medication in 2 weeks? I've been taking that for 14 years. I was on 16 tablets a day and was still having issues. And so I sort of freaked out and went, yeah, okay. So he'd given me a bit of a plan on what not to eat. And within 2 weeks, I was off my medication. I've never been back on it. I've not suffered from the issue again, unless I was eating the wrong food, which caused some things. And even more recently, I've gone completely plant-based foods. I'm off all meat. The only thing I do eat that is significantly different is I eat fish. And that doesn't seem to affect me. So what I'm saying is, whatever the doctors have told you, and they said to me, when it turns to cancer, we'll just cut it out and you'll have a bag for the rest of your life. And I walked out of there thinking, that can't be right. That cannot be the answer. That's not what I'm looking for. And within 2 weeks, I had something else going on, and I went to a GP I hadn't been to before. I just moved to the area. And she said to me, are you in, because I was freaking out. She's like, I need to give you a vitamin D injection. I'm like, no, what else is in it? Like, I just didn't believe her. I had lost faith in all general practitioners. And she said to me, it's vitamin D. I promise there's nothing else in it. I wouldn't do that to you. And she asked me if I was into alternate medicine. And I said, at this point in time, because I had to go through my history, and at this point in time, I said, I am up for anything that will fix me. So she said, go and see this person. So I went and saw them. Now, Angela, where are you based? I went and saw them, and this is what happened. Within 2 weeks, I was fixed. And I go and maintain my health regularly to the same people for the purpose of, just being able to keep mechanically working to the best of my ability. And also because I can't afford to get sick. I cannot afford the time out of my business to do that, because I am my business. So it's really important. I can't have somebody else step into my show and do my show for me. They don't have my information. They don't have my intuition. They don't have my ability to be able to sometimes channel. So, depending on what's going on, those things come up for me. So really, really, really important. So Angela, if you are in Brisbane, let me know, because there are people you can go to. I can also find out where they are in your area, if that will be of any help for you, for your daughter, because it sounds to me like whatever's going on with her, it's not being dealt with by the doctors. And I know that this can help. I know it can help if you're open to alternate. And being on this platform, I would assume that you're up for alternate healing. And it is significantly quick in the process. So I hope that's helped. Deborah, is there something you can recommend for immense pain, swelling with rheumatoid arthritis? Look, yeah, sure, Deborah. There's many things you can take, and what I'm doing at the moment for myself and my husband gets a lot of cramping in his hands, and you know, he's definitely on the way. He's probably got more chance of getting arthritis than I have. There's many different things that you can take, natural things. There's cinnamon, turmeric, there are like ginger. There's lots of different herbs that you can use. I've got a list somewhere, Deborah. I can send that to you in a message. And I'll do it as soon as I can. I just don't know when that will be because I am flying out. But I'm going to make a note here, Deborah, and I'll check your pain comments, and I will come back to you on that as soon as I can. So please bear with me. I don't know if you're here at the beginning, I am going away this weekend, so I'm not going to be available to be doing this thing. I'm with my family, and it's important time that we spend together. Shannon, hi, husband and I are in the midst of buying a new home. Congratulations. There are continued issues on the seller's end. Will all things get worked out so we can get on with the purchase of our dream home? Okay, Shannon, this is a great question. Thank you so much for asking this, because there's some challenges going on at the moment. What I want you to do is I want you to write a list of all the positive things in that house that you love, completely love, do not want to change, would not change if you could, all of these things. And then I want you to look at the other side and see all the things. And, you know, I'm pretty sure that list will be very short. But I want you to write down the things that you are perhaps, you know, thinking, well, that's something I would change. All the rest of it, you know, I'm not really 100% happy with this. And then I want you to do the same with regards to what the hiccups are with the, or what's running smoothly with the sale, and what the hiccups are and what's interfering with that going through. Because there's definitely a sign in there somewhere. And then I want you to look at that, and I want you to write down everything that you want in your dream home, exactly how you want it. And I want you to look at that and then ask yourself, is this home got everything that I want in my absolutely not negotiable home? And what is it, and how much am I going to have to do to get to that? Because if there's so much, you know, if there's a number of things missing off that list that aren't in this house, are you going to be completely happy with this? The drama of going through the sale, you know, that there's things going on. And then to finally get there and then go, wow, you know, this is actually not my dream home. So I want you to think about that, because maybe there's a sign telling you that this is not the house for you to purchase. And when we settle for something less than what we truly want, then there is going to be challenges while you're living in that home. So think about those things. And that's a great question. And, you know, that's really important. I want you to do that work today. I want you to look at that, because this sale, if it does start moving quickly, you want to, you know, and then otherwise you can look at the point of maybe being able to pull out of that and say, look, there's just so much going wrong with this. Find it, speak to your solicitor, get the technicality that you can be released from the contract, and go from there and get your money back. So write up your list, be really specific, you know, and I want you to really understand what's missing in that home that you truly want in your dream home, and that will give you all your answers. Hopefully that's helped. My pleasure, Christy. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, Karina. Thank you, Karina. My pleasure. Hugs to you, Christy. Yes, absolutely. Angela, Melbourne, you're in Melbourne. Okay, Angela, I will, is this all? Yes, Angela, this is your daughter. Yes, let's, I'll make a note on that as well, Angela, so that I can get a list of things. I'm actually going to see them on Tuesday, so I will get that list on Tuesday. If I'm not able to locate one before that. And what's your specific area in Melbourne? Are you close to the city, Angela? Just so that I know, because obviously they're going to be quite spread out, so I'm not sure what areas are going to suit you. Melbourne. I will get onto this for you, I promise. Like I said, it's just this weekend I'm a bit out of touch. So, Sabella, welcome to the show. Oh, that's great. No problem, Sabella. I'm glad that you were here to hear all this. Melbourne, yes. That's great, Donna. Thank you. You enjoy. Thanks, Deborah. I will. I definitely will have a. I might even be able to find that list while I'm at the airport, so that would be good. I'll just flick it through to you. The couple's going through a divorce. Okay, so what's the energy of the house? That would be a really big question. You've already made your list. It's got everything and more. It's move in, but could use a new kitchen update and bathroom updates. Okay, so is that something that you want to be doing? So it's not your dream home, and it doesn't have everything that you want. That's definitely what's coming through with that answer. So and couples going through a divorce, what is the energy of the home? Maybe that's why. Maybe it's stopping you from moving into this house that has this energy of a marriage breakup. You don't want to be feeling that. You don't want to be moving into that energy. Think about all of these things. You know, if it needs a new kitchen or an update in the kitchen and an update in the bathroom, then it doesn't have everything that you want. So what is it that you're settling for that is not absolutely everything? And this is where I said that list must be not negotiable. That list of what you want to write out the color of the tiles, you want to write out the type of bathroom, the floors, what type of bath, what type of shower, what type of toilets, you know, everything in the kitchen, what sort of cooking facilities, what sort of bench tops, all of this. You have to be specific with that list, Shannon. So, you know, you might have your list, but it's not specific, and that's why this is going on in the background. So think about all of that. I think it's really important for you to be able to get through that. Hey, Donna, how best do I heal my heart? A number of readings have highlighted this. I've been meditating. What else can I do, please? Donna, great question. And firstly, you know, matters of the heart are, you know, so many different things to so many different people. Definitely start looking at, and again, you can write a list around this. So what is it that is, what was the breakup about? What was the matters of the heart that were broken? What is the contribution that you made to that? Now, when we're doing these exercises, we have to be 100% honest. We have to be really truthful. So, you know, how did the breakup occur? What did I do to contribute to that? What was my attitude? What was my understanding of the situation? And also, how can I take responsibility for that and move past that with a new insight? And then I would definitely start looking at your self-love, unconditional self-love, your self-worth, and your value. Have you negotiated that for that relationship? Have you negotiated that in the past relationships? And how are you going to really unconditionally love yourself on a frequency that you can start vibrating at so that you can attract the person you want? The person that you want, you write down every quality that you want in a person. So you have friends that have great qualities. Oh, I love that about that person. That's one of the qualities I want in my relationship. Somebody else over here has, he has an income of, maybe $500,000 a year. And I'm, please don't quote this, but, that's the income I want my partner to be earning. I want him to be driving this car. Do you want him to be working for himself? Do you want him to be working in a high-end position where perhaps he hasn't got time to spend with you? Do you want him to be just employed and, on an average income, less, 80 to 100,000? What's that going to do for you in the relationship? What are you going to contribute to the relationship financially? How does that match you in a relationship? Like all of these things, be really specific. If you want to be specific about the nationality, the color of their skin, the color of their eyes, the color of their hair, all of these things, you can be really specific with that list. And if not everything on that list gets ticked off with the next person that you meet, then that list is negotiated straight away as soon as one thing's missing, because almost there is not there, and you will miss the opportunity to meet there if you settle for almost there. So, and that's the same, Angela, with not Angela, who was it? Gosh. The Shannon, that's the same with the house, the buying of the house. Almost there is not there. You are negotiating your worth, your value, by settling for something other than what you truly want. In Mernda, the northern side. Okay, great. Thanks, Angela. Mernda. Okay, perfect. All right, leave that with me. I will definitely come back to you on that. Shannon, yes, we are willing to make it exactly what we want. It has so much for our grandkids and ourselves. This is our forever home. Okay, I understand that. You're prepared to make that. But is there a home there that already has everything that this home already has, plus you don't have to do the work? So that's what I'm asking you to look at. But if you're prepared to do the work and it's got that energy of a divorce going through it, are you prepared to settle for that? There's so many other things to think about. It's not just what is physically there in front of you. I've thought about their energy in there. I've already said I will be saging the house. Yeah. And I would be doing more than saging as well. I would be, there's a thing that while you're saging your home, like a shamanic song that goes with that. I can't remember who does it, but if you Googled it, you'd definitely be able to find it. I would be playing that before anything goes in that home. This is how I would do it. Personally, I would go through it and I would clean everything myself, because you don't know what other energy has come in with the cleaning of that home. So clean everything. Then I would go through with being able to play this song as you sage. And I would go through and sage and take note of how that smoke develops in certain areas of that home. And if it's really strong and thick and potent in some areas, then definitely redo those areas. If it's just like clearing the energy in other areas, that's absolutely fine. So be really specific with that. My pleasure, Angela. Hi from the UK. Rachel, welcome back. How are you? I'm so glad. Gosh, it's 11:44. I can't believe it. Or 12:44, depending on where you are in Australia. We've been going for like nearly 45 minutes. Whew, time flies when you're having so much fun. So hopefully that's helped. Shannon, I hope that works out for you if that's truly what you want. If it doesn't work out, then it wasn't ever meant to be. So just know that as well. Will you be private message me? Yes, I definitely will, Angela. I definitely will. When I get that information, I will pass that on to you through that. So yes, not a problem at all. Yeah, it's your information for you to have. So please don't be concerned. I will private message you for sure. So that will come from me. That will come from Donna Ferguson. It won't come from spiritual events. So just bear that in mind as well. So hopefully you have the ability to be able to message on your personal page. So with people who aren't your friend, I should elaborate on that, because sometimes I find it really hard. People want a message and I can't send it because we're not friends, and then yeah, it just goes, and then you can't request a friend. So yeah, just bear that in mind. Otherwise, I might have to do it through this page, but that's okay. We'll work it out. I'll definitely get it done for you. My pleasure, Donna. You're welcome, Angela. So have I missed anybody? I'd like to know how you go with that, Donna. If you want some more information, please, guys, feel free to reach out for this 15-minute revival call. It's really important. It's it's just a follow-up where I do offer that to the community here, because sometimes you just need, it's a lot easier when we're talking one-on-one rather than waiting for the messages to come up. So for anybody who wants that, I am going to pop the link in. So just bear with me, 15-minute revival call. And of course, if we're not able to settle that in that time, we'll work it out so that we can do that. But sometimes one-on-one is a lot easier because we're talking fluently and I'm not having to wait. So that link there is definitely for the revival call. And for anybody on this page, please feel free to come through and book that call. I'm just going to, actually, I must check because I don't know. I think I've booked this weekend out. I'm just going to check it to make sure that there's no appointments available. Yeah, so it is blocked out, so that should be fine. You shouldn't have any issues with booking that while I'm not here. So if for any reason something does happen and it does go through for some time over this weekend, then I will message you at my first opportunity and we'll just reschedule. So bear that in mind. And, I'm really excited about being able to help you guys, because you show up every week to hear what we've got to say, to work through these challenges. And yeah, it's important that if something's not answered properly or something's not explained, or you have more questions that you need to work through, then it's really important that you do not leave it there, because we don't want to leave off with not knowing. We don't want to leave off with not having an understanding of what's happening. We don't want to leave off with guessing what the information is, not clarifying that, because if you're not specific with the information or you don't understand it and interpret it a little bit differently, then it could affect your results. In fact, it will affect your results. So it's, we have to be really clear. And this is why I was talking about the house, because with Shannon, because it's, you know, almost there, or if you're not specific enough with the information that you've got going on your list, then you are going to come up against some challenges within that circumstance. So I'm also going to, there we go. There is also your 15-minute revival call. So you can, I don't know, you probably can't get the link on that, but the link is there. So please feel free to do that. Has anybody got any more questions? Has anybody got anything else that they need to clarify? We've still got 10 minutes, and I'd love to finish this off with something fantastic to talk about. So let me know how you go. Let me know if there's any questions. Let me know if there's anything at all that I can do to help you and serve you better, because that's what it's about. So let's move through that. Okay. So this has been great. There's been some great questions today, and you know, that's amazing. You guys, you know, this show's not possible without you people coming in and asking questions and showing up. So, you know, share this with your friends. You just don't know who else might need it. Plus, it helps you as well, because you're sharing something from an expert that has information that can help many, many people. So really important to look at that detail as well. So I'm very grateful for each and every one of you being here, and you know, congratulations for spending time doing on this show and asking, being so open and vulnerable on the show. And I know this is a great forum to be airing you know, details, but you know, it's, some of this is very personal information, and you know, it's great that you are sharing that. So it does give me more insight, and I'm really honored that you feel comfortable to do that. So thank you everyone so much. How are we going? Any questions? I'm just going to have my cup of tea. So if we've got no more questions, we're going to wrap up early. I'm looking forward to my weekend. I'm very excited about that. Be interesting to see what comes up actually over the weekend. Having not been together with my siblings and my parents, you know, for over 5 years, and then having all of the nieces and nephews, and you know, great nieces and nephews as well, is really going to open up some conversations, I feel. So very interesting times. It's kind of a bit I feel a bit relaxed, but I also feel really excited, and I also feel like I'm a bit curious. I guess you could say curious is the word. So yeah, no, it'll be great, and I look forward to sharing anything next week with you all. See what comes up. All right, 7 minutes to go. In fact, 6.5. So who's got some blocks going on? Who's got some last minute questions? Who wants some help with some business? Who wants some help with their wealth and success? Who wants some help with their mindset? Who wants some help with internal stuff? Because we've all got stuff that we've internalized, and it's really important that we do release that. Yeah, thanks, Karina. I will. It will be. It's just, it's hard to fathom that there's so many of us now that we're all going to be there. Well, I think we're all going to be there. The majority of us will be there all together in one room. It's going to be noisy, crazy, happy. I'm pretty sure there'll be some tears. So, yeah, Deborah, yeah, I'm happy to share that next week. Yeah, that'll be great. So, um, it'll be interesting. I'm really interested to see how it goes actually, because um, yeah, there's some interesting people in my family, let's say. So, as we all have interesting people in our families, it's not just my family. So, you know, it's one of those things that, you know, some of them are great, some of them are good, some of them are okay, some of them are interesting. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. 4.5 minutes to go. What a way to finish talking about my weekend. I want to talk about you guys. Oh dear. It's been a pleasure to be here yet again, though. You know, it's really interesting. We did have some people come into my 5-day challenge, and I'm happy to pop that link up as well, because that's free. That's a free 5-day challenge to transform your results, and that can definitely help. You know, whoops. Angela, you know, it might help you to strengthen yourself in order to be able to help your daughter through. So this free 5-day challenge to transform your results would be great. If any of you wanted to jump on, you do need to register. Just register for that, and then you receive an email to join the group, to request to join the group, and then you'll be approved. So that will be really good as well. I think next Thursday. Gosh, the weeks are flying. Can you believe that we're already, well, come Monday, Monday, come next week, we're halfway through the month. Wow. Flies, absolutely flies. Now, I'm just having a look here. I think it's no, not next Thursday. It's the Thursday after. I've also got, and I'll talk about this more next week, I've got my Law of Belief Masterclass, which you can join for free. And it's around about 75, maybe 80-minute masterclass, where I'm going to share a lot of information around, you know, stepping into being able to manifest more into your life. So that would be really interesting for some of you as well. But I will talk about that more next week. If that's something that you want to hear more about, definitely come on and ask the question, because, you know, I might need a reminder. I'm not sure, depending on what happens next week. But yeah, definitely happy to help you guys create more in your life as well. So, you know, there's some strategies that you'll pick up. You'll be able to ask some questions at the end of that 90 minutes, 80 to 90 minutes, if you need some more help with that. So definitely something to look forward to next week. Yeah, so just see what's going on, and look forward to sharing everything with you next week. And we might wrap up there, because we haven't got any more questions coming in. So we've got less than a minute to go, so I think that's okay. Nobody's got anything more that they want to say. then and if you do ask a question, I will come back to that at the end when I go through all the comments. So I'll definitely come in and answer that when I get a chance to do that. Is definitely it might be Sunday night after I get home. I can definitely do that as well. So I look forward to seeing you all next week. May you all go out and have an absolutely extraordinary week. Angela, no, not Angela. Who's my house lady? Shannon. Shannon, good luck with the purchase of your home. Angela, I will be in touch with you with regards to the kinesiology. Deborah, I will come back to you with that list as soon as I am able to locate it and find it. So thank you all so much for spending time with me yet again. And I look forward to seeing you all next week. Bye for now.